All right, everybody, welcome to another commentary dungeon run. Today we are doing a 14 Mechagon. I am playing Oracle Disc Priest, as most priests are playing, and most priests will probably still play after the nerfs on Tuesday. So today I want to go through this. I'm going to be pausing it and talking about what's kind of happening and what I'm doing as we go, 'cause I want to explain, the thought process behind things. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and let's get into it. So one of the things there's not a lot of pre-pull stuff, but I am always pre-pulling to make sure I have wheel and woe up, and then I'll hit the tank with like a renew or something just to put atonement on him and smack him with a big shield as he goes into pull here. So penance, just make sure it's up, renew, 7.5 million bubble. And now he goes in, he doesn't get knocked right away. He's got a little bit of a breathing room. I do pain sup him too. I think it's just for the pull like this with a VDH, pain sup comes in handy. So pain sup your tank going in. You should not need it throughout this pull. Hopefully not, aside from that pull on the tank. I do PI the wrong target. Make sure you're PIing the right target. I don't know why I PI'd the shaman. But so this pull, the whole thing is about gathering and silencing. We have these guys that are casting detonate, and you want to make sure that these are all getting interrupted. So you want to stagger some interrupts. So we're going to go back real quick. They get grouped up, and you'll see they start casting detonate, sigil of silence. I believe that's sigil of silence. And what the VDH's silence does is it puts it on cooldown. So if you just stop it like the shaman did right afterwards with his stun, if you just stop it, they just start recasting it. But if you are a VDH or you have a VDH tank and he silences it with his sigil, it actually puts it on cooldown. So VDH silences are very, very important. You don't want to be the one to go early with your AoE stop and have that sigil of silence not interrupt them. He should always have the first one. And typically afterwards, if things are living a little bit longer, you'll have the boomy throw their silence out, because their silence is extremely good in this pull. It's that beam that just lasts for like 10 or 15 seconds. So very, very valuable to have in there. I'm not sure exactly how long it lasts. All I know is that it lasts for a good amount of time, and it's a real big lifesaver on big pulls. Now for this boss, I personally don't think he does that much damage. So his ground and pound is like the big AoE that comes out. It doesn't really do that much. If you're just penancing and bubbling on cooldown, you usually have a few people with the bubble on them, and you can just flash heal the other people that don't. The big concern for this boss is foe flipper. You want to make sure that whoever gets it usually gets a bubble. I bubbled myself in that scenario. I should have bubbled Arslan, but we're all in cooldowns. I end up throwing premonition of solace on him just to kind of get that off cooldown. I don't want that to be my premonition that's up. I want it to be clairvoyance, and then I want it to go into the other two. So in this fight, I think primarily your focus can just be doing your normal penance and bubble. When ground pound comes out, throw some flash heals around. If you have, like right there, I have my squid out, so I mind blast, I go into penance, I throw a bubble, but I'm mainly just smiting because I have my squid out. Now we go back to our bubble penance rotation. Foe flipper's coming up.
PI Old Rafford.
He's still got a bubble on him from last time, so we're good. PI the target. And again, we got ground and pound coming out in a second. Everybody's topped up. I don't have atonement on everybody, so I do cast a radiance, going into it. I got hit by that saw blade. That was almost bad. But I try to move with the group. So there we go. Atonement comes out, ground and pound comes out. I got two people with big bubbles, and then it's me and Arslan who are getting hit. So I kind of focus on us for a little bit, hit the shaman because he loses his shield on the last tick, make sure he's back up. And now again, we're back into it. Ground and pound comes back up. Make sure that whoever just got hit by foe flipper is getting topped up. So I throw my shield on him. I start flash healing Arslan. That's kind of I get hit by a bomb here. So I finish my penance in the air, bubble, paints up, and land on a bomb because I knew I was going to land on a bomb. So if someone ever looks like they're going to be hitting a bomb, throw a paints up on them, and or a big shield in the last second, and they'll survive it. And this is on a 14, so the bombs are, you know, I pain subbed and didn't even lose my shield. I grip this fella back down. Oh no, I don't. He must have flown over. Anyways, this fight's super simple. Like I said, like there's not a lot as a healer that you're dealing with. Avoid bombs. If you're gonna get hit by a bomb, make sure you pop a defensive and hope to God it's enough. Throw a shield on him. Tank gets real low there. A little worried. But otherwise, I'm radiating, wide blasting. Penance and shield, baby. Penance and shield. These saw blades are probably the biggest concern for healers. You don't want to be too far on one side of the area, like the little section that I'm in, this little square, because then you can get clipped by the saw blade and get sent over to a bomb. Just make sure you're in the center. The other boss died, so it kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting them to not die at the same time, and everybody just got hit super hard. So I immediately just started flash healing people. You're better off flash healing than trying to damage through it. Smite kind of sucks on Oracle. All right, now these guys next. These do the AoE like channel damage, and they also put a heal absorb on you. They're two different mobs, but they put a heal absorb on you in that. The heal absorb is fine if it's just the heal absorb. You don't really need to rip cooldowns to get people out of it, unless the unit is starting to do its AoE damage. You know, if they sync up, you want to get people healed through that barrier as quick as possible. Mega drill right here. See, so right now, people are getting hit. So I make sure to get people healed up as quick as possible. If you just get corrosive gunk, it's just a heal absorb. You don't need to rush through it. You can just heal everybody up. But if you have incoming damage on top of it, then it becomes dangerous. So that's the only time that the corrosive gunk really becomes dangerous. Like right now, I think we get hit by it, and I'm just kind of casually healing people up. Like I'm not popping clairvoyance here. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just flash healing until they get up. And then again, right here, we got the unit going out, and I believe I send clairvoyance here. Yeah, because Mega Drill and that was coming out, and I wanted to get some bubbles on everybody. And then I still got 5 seconds of the healing, the 20% increased healing in the overheal. So I'm able to rip right through corrosive gunk and right through the Mega Drill. But right here, like, nobody's taking damage. So you see me mind blasting and penancing. I'm kind of slow to get people back because they're not taking damage right now. There's no reason to rip stuff. Mega Drill's coming back out as I finish everybody up, and I get some bubbles on everybody. Now I'm flash healing. So that's kind of the back and forth area. It feels a lot more daunting, I think, to players than it really is. You see the heal absorb on everybody. You see 2 heal absorbs on everybody. You're like, oh no, I need to evangelism. I need to pop everything to get through this. But if there's no damage coming out, you don't need to do that. You only need to do that if you're getting the Mega Drill with it. That's when it becomes, oh shit, everybody's got a heal absorb on them and they're about to take damage. Otherwise, it's kind of, you know, if you want to get it off quick, fine. But right now, I think this is where I send an evangelism, because a corrosive gunk goes off right as people are taking damage. No, even that. As soon as the AoE stops, I know that I'm safe. I know that people aren't going to be getting, you know, ripped apart by AoE channel damage. So I'm pretty slow on the heal absorb. Like, no need to blow another premonition if it's just that. No need to uppies, no need to do anything. Just heal them with some flash heals and get through it. Flash heals, penance, whatever it is. Now these guys kind of suck. Everybody does this big pull, and it becomes very much a healer job to take care of everybody. Luckily in this group, I'm gonna be honest, this group is pretty good at taking care of themselves. But in situations like this, I'm gonna pick one target to shield, and I'm gonna dispel the other target. So I dispel him. I hit him with the flash heal. I start doing triage. I dwarf myself to get it off. He got rid of it himself too. I think he may have dwarfed. I don't know if he is it. Yeah, he dwarfed over there. And then I take care of Arslan. So in most scenarios, I'm taking care of one person and then dispelling the other. Unfortunately, Arslan tends to be the guy. If 3 come out like that, I mass dispel. because 3 of them, it makes it, you can just clear it all. It makes massive spell, you know, worthwhile to send. Don't send it on 2 because you can keep somebody up with bubble and you can keep the other guy up with flash heals. But if you have 3 come out, massive spell becomes really good. See, I just bubbled myself instead of dispelling right away because I knew that 1, my bubble's 30% stronger on me, my flash heal's 30% stronger on me, and I also can DR myself with flash heals and fade. So I'm aware of being able to keep myself alive, and because of that, I usually let the dot sit on me for a little bit longer than needed. Like, I have dispel up right now, and there we go. I did it eventually. But if I have it and somebody else has it, they're getting the dispel and I'm getting the triage. Same here. I throw a bubble on him. I start flash healing myself. Now we're kind of rotating back and forth because his shield got eaten off. Boom. And we're good. He got rid of it himself, or maybe just dropped off, so I bubbled myself. Try to sneak a quick drink in here. Now, this boss kind of sucks. Not my favorite.
P.I. Old Rafford.
Just because there's a lot of line of sight issues that people don't acknowledge a lot with these boxes. And you can radiance, and then somebody might not get your atonement on them, and then it becomes like oh shit, I gotta get them up quick. But otherwise, most of the time when I'm back here, I'm topping everybody off. I'm doing what I can to flash heal people, renew people, penance people, because when we come out, he's gonna get chomped right away, and I can just quickly dispel it. Everybody's coming out of there at full health, and I don't need to worry about anyone dying, even without bubbles. So you don't need to worry about people dying. Now here, I fade myself. I think I tried to I put it through a bubble on him, so I faded myself to get a 10% reduction. Flash heal if you have the time, if you're thinking ahead, and then you can get 20% DR. Makes yourself a lot safer. And then again, right back here. So here's what. Okay, here's something I want to point out is that we go back here, and he's the lowest. So I'm trying to penance him. I click it. I can't flash heal. I can't get it. I can't get it. So what I do instead is I penance myself, because he's got atonement on him, and it's going to bring him up a little bit. And then I throw a bubble on him once I can see him. So there's a lot of times I'll heal myself to get my healing going out to other people if I can't get them because of the line of sight in the box, and I don't want to risk peeking around the corner and getting blasted by the vents because I don't do any damage. There's no reason for me to try to peek that corner and get in a couple smites. Just top everybody off while you're back there. Boom, everybody's topped up. Dispel, we're good. I come back here again, flash healing myself, flash healing the boomkin, making sure everybody's nice and safe behind this box and topped up. I usually come out with a radiance because I know I can do that right into a penance, and everybody gets kicked right back up again. So that's kind of how I do this whole boss, is when I'm behind the boxes, I'm topping people up, and when I'm out here, I'm shielding. See, I shielded Arslan, and I desperate prayed and faded myself, make sure that I'm nice and safe. Everybody gets topped off, dispel that right away. Come back over here, I penance myself. You can see the heals going out on other people. It's just a little way to not have to peek.
P.I. Old Rafford.
There's a way to not peek it, heal yourself, heal others. That way you can do the spell right away. Again, we're smiting, penancing. I throw a shield. I'm always going to fade this. I also have my flash heal 10% on me too. If you can keep that up during those jumps, makes it really good. Again, see, right now I could be peeking this corner and casting on him, but I'm doing 157k damage. I'm not make or breaking this, but if I die, it's very bad for the group. So I just sit back here, I work my way through, make sure everybody's topped off so that I can dispel the chomping bite immediately. Chomp comes out, bang, dispel. Just like that. If I can get a couple bubbles on people while I'm back there, like if people aren't really low when we get back there, that's fantastic too. Otherwise, I'm just topping people up. All right, we're gonna skip this path because I die, so we're gonna ignore that. I got hit by the fire and died there. All right, we went a little too far. Okay, all right, we're gonna go back. Here we go. All right, so like I said, I thought they were off, and they were not off. I got blasted by one of them. It is what it is. But the monk was trying to do the climb, and he wasn't making it, so he's a little far back too. So I know that he's a little far back, and because of that, I'm keeping an eye on him coming in. And when he comes over, now I get my alert goes off to PI
Arslan.
and I don't do it, but then Arslan pops his cooldowns too, and I'm like, okay, well now if I don't PI him, which this is a terrible time to PI, but if I don't PI him, I'm sitting on it for another 2 minutes at least. So I send it on him, hoping for the best. I wish he would have held his cooldown so that for these guys right here, because this would have been much more of a valuable spot to PI, but I end up sending it probably when I shouldn't have. I probably should have just held it and just thrown it on the elemental shaman, but it is what it is. So now we got these arcing zaps. This first shock out or circuit break or whatever it's called, I definitely underestimate, and people get pretty low, but we're able to get through it. Again, same scenario. If 2 people get that, I'm bubbling 1, and the dot is just going to be very easily manageable on 1 person. But if it's not coming out again, I throw that dispel out on him. Zap comes out again. I throw a massive spell. He actually takes it off himself with the dwarf again, but luckily Arslan got it right afterwards, so it's the massive spell still ticked. Again here, I think I'm just gonna bubble. Yep, I'm safe. I know I'm safe, so I'm more concerned about other people getting the dot. I realize no one else is gonna get the dot, so I clear it off myself. Now, whenever there's a little bit of downtime, second for me to drink, I am drinking. You don't burn through mana too bad here, but running out of mana is so bad that even if I'm at like 80%, I'll just top myself off. All right, so I throw a bubble there, and then I throw a solace on the other guy, and then I also throw a bubble, I believe, on myself next. Nope, I throw it on the shaman. I basically, in keys, I tend to use solace for, big targeted damage like purification and priority and stuff, but if there's not going to be that for a little bit, I want to get my next couple premonitions on cooldown. I don't want it to be sitting on solace. I think it's probably one of the worst ones. So what I'll do is I'll use solace to spread more bubbles out quickly. Like I don't put it on the tank because the tank gets eaten up right away, and they typically don't need the DR unless they're in trouble. So in this scenario, I would put it on, say, the monk, and then I would bubble the druid, and then now I can get another bubble on the shaman, and I can have 3 strong bubbles going across all my DPS, and I can take care of myself. So that's kind of how I use solace in keys, as just like an extra bubble. Now right here, this is just obviously sneaking through here, so I switched to a ninja, because that's what you have to do. Just want to make sure that I'm a ninja so that it can't see me. It pays off because I almost made a mistake here. Come around this corner. Oh no, I'm trapped. Ninja my way out of it. Okay, we're safe. Come back on the boxes and we're good to go. Now, there's some tech here that is kind of difficult to pull off, but very valuable if you can. So right now you see me, I'm looking around, and I find a defender. Okay, defender is the guy who, I'm gonna go back 10 seconds. So the defenders are the guys who drop the big shield that do this 75% DR. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mind control this guy, or dominate mind, and now I've got him on our side. He still casts the shield the same way. It can be destroyed by us the same way as when he's an enemy, but he can't die. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take him through the next boss into the pack afterwards, and it's gonna make everybody's life a lot easier. The downside is it makes your life a lot harder on this boss. It is such a pain in the ass to keep hold of him while you're trying to move everything. So maybe you take some time and practice this on lower keys. It's hard. So you see he breaks, so I gotta grab him back quick. We go into the fight and we're rolling. So now this whole fight, I'm dodging saw blades, I'm dodging fire, I'm dodging bombs in the ground, and I'm also watching my dominate mind cooldown to make sure that I grab him as quick as possible, because he comes straight after me. He doesn't go after anyone else. So it comes back up. Here he comes. I dominate mind right away. Now during the fight, he will throw down barriers that you can use and hop in them. And if you get hit by a saw blade or something, it's gonna do significantly less damage because it's 75% DR. So if you want to stand in it, definitely worth it. There's so much movement in the fight that sometimes it's hard to kind of plant yourself there. Like I was right next to it. I should have just got in it. The druid got in it, the smart druid. I just stood next to it and watched it. Now, if you go on those staircases to my right behind me, you can, say I grab them back here. If you go on the staircase behind me, you're safe from any saw blades and bombs and things like that, but you do have to move when the fire blades come out. The fire beams, not blades. Another tip is that that centerpiece in the middle, all the gears and stuff, does not act as a wall. You can cast through it. So if you need to go rogue and just start running around, if you're getting cornered and stuff, that's not going to block your line of sight. You don't need to be in LOS of everybody. You can be on the other side of it and still hit your radiances and all your casts and stuff like that. All right, he's about to drop, so I'm looking for him again. I'm trying to make sure everybody's topped off in time. I'm getting hit by the plant, so that kind of caught me a little off guard, but I get a bubble on myself. I'm in the shield. I think I may have got clipped by that blade there, and it didn't really even hurt me at all. This gets tight. Druid almost goes down. We make the move to the staircase. And I know that dominate mine, I'm going to need it in a second. He comes running after me. This is where things go bad. No, maybe it's the next one. No, it might be this one here. So he's going to come off at a really bad time. I'm going to lose my mind control on him at a really bad time. And I try to get him back, and I accidentally get hit by the beam and I don't notice it. So I paints up and bubble myself and then think, okay, now I'm going to take the beam and get the mind control off. But I didn't realize I already had one, so I ended up dying. So you watch right here, he's off. I'm like, oh shit, I got to get him. Beam's coming. I'm trying to sneak it in. I can't. I get clipped by the beam there, which I didn't think that I was actually that close to the beam to get hit. Let's see, when does that debuff come on me? Right there. So I'm hit by the beam right there, which I thought I was safe. And then so I zoom out of it, and I think right now, because I don't realize that I have this debuff on me, I think, all right, I'm gonna paints up, bubble, and then just eat this fire, get them under control, get them under mind control, and then heal myself through it. But because I already had one stack on me, when I went through it, it just started absolutely cooking me, and there was no chance in hell I was going to survive it. I tried to get one off beforehand, and it doesn't work out. Luckily, he's down to like 2% or something, so we don't need to use the battle res. We don't need to do anything. They kill him. I can pop up right here, and the first thing I do is dominate mind again. Now this is where you get the real value out of them. These guys hurt like hell. They deal so much damage, and you have to blow so many cooldowns typically to get through it. So what I like to do when I'm setting up is drop my barrier right away and then start rolling. I get my cooldowns out. I got clairvoyance running. I'm bubbling. I'm penencing. I'm doing everything I can. And now this guy's going to come in about 5 seconds and drop a shield generator right next to us. And you're going to be able to see how much less damage we start taking. Everybody goes right in it. Right away, we got 4 out of 5 people in it. I uppies just to get everybody nice and topped up, because now I'm in a comfortable spot to like kind of plant and start healing people. But if you look right there, so okay, so Arslan's melee. He needs to get out of the shield to go fight because they're pulled too far away. Watch the damage difference between Arslan out of it and the druid in it. Ready? He takes a step out. Great. Look at that. He got absolutely nuked. And he was, I think he walks out about halfway through it. Let's see, he's out. Yeah, he gets absolutely cooked. And then same thing again. Watch, I'll see the difference between the two of them. Sonic Pulse goes out again. He almost just gets deleted because he's not in the shield. Meanwhile, everybody else who's in the shield takes almost no damage. So if you can manage to keep him mind controlled throughout that boss fight, which is pretty difficult with everything happening, but the payoff is so good. So I do recommend like practicing it on maybe some lower keys and just getting used to having that every 30 seconds you gotta mind control him, because if you can, then your survivability in that next pull becomes significantly higher. And you also don't need to blow everything. Like, I probably didn't even need to uppies there. I still have 2 premonition charges. Like, it makes life a lot easier, especially if you have a lot of range and everybody can get in it. It's fantastic. Like, luckily our only melee was Arslan, so realistically I could have just focused healed him. But yeah, if you can get everybody in there, huge benefit. Sometimes I just expect the range to be in it, and I don't really think about, like, you know, healing specific people, which is not a good mentality to have. But that druid took a bunch of damage on that short circuit, and he almost went down, but he got into the barrier. We're good. Again, same premise here with these dots that are coming out. If it's on me, I'm dispelling the other person, and if there's 2 people that are not me that get it, I'm bubbling one and triaging the other. So we get a short out, everybody gets back in time into this, so it's really just Arslan that I gotta worry about. He almost gets cooked, but he's doing okay. We lose the shields right as that's coming out, which is never good. But luckily they're low enough that we can finish off one, and then 1 short circuit's really not that big of a deal. Now we're gonna, usually you would mind soothe these and then hang right and walk right along the wall where you see I'm gonna go. Druid dwarf problems. Anyways, but he ring of pieces, so I turn around and come back. Otherwise you would just walk around that other wall if you don't have a monk. These guys are more of the same, get in the shield, focus down 1, and then one of them's not really an issue, so we're gonna go a little bit ahead to where we kill 1. I do throw, a premonition here, which I probably didn't need to, but I think I was trying to basically get clairvoyance up for the boss. So I sent that so that I could send, because I sent Solace right afterwards, and I really didn't need to send Solace. So I send it, I forgot what it is, but it's the one that increases your healing and the overhealing. And then I immediately send Solace right afterwards, so that my 2 premonitions that I'll have for the second half of the boss fight is clairvoyance, and then the reduced cooldown one. Because the reduced cooldown one I end up using for penance, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But yeah, I don't ever want to, I try not to sit on Solace for too long, because it's not as, like, I'd rather have clairvoyance and piety, I think it is, than Solace and clairvoyance. Almost every time. If you know that there's going to be some heavy single target damage coming out, then hold on to Solace, because it is really good against, like, saving somebody or, you know, deterring heavy single target damage. But most of the time I typically just send it, so that I have, like I said, clairvoyance and then the reduced cooldown one are both really good. Now for this, what you want to be doing, which I don't think I land too well here, is getting your bubbles ready and your wheel and woe ready and stuff for whoever's going to get targeted with the Mega Zap. Because the Mega Zap does sting. If you can get people topped up and shielded before it hits them, like that. I put a fat shield on myself, doesn't even break the shield. Again, I am aware of how much I can heal myself and keep myself alive. So a lot of times, even when I'm, you know, getting ticked by this, I'm still throwing shields on other people, because I know how much easier it is for me to heal myself with flash heals and flash heals and shields than it is for other people. So I hit him with a penance because he was out of range for a little bit. I thought he was going to take 1 more tick, hit that bubble on him, and we're good. Melee gets a little cooked here because they try to stay in range. Just make sure you're okay. I flash heal and desperate prayer myself there. Flash heal is just for the 10% DR. Desperate prayers for obviously the heal. Then I throw a shield on myself, go right back to healing everybody else. So I saw that he was going to get hit with the Mega Zap, so I threw the shield on him. Obviously, preventative damage is kind of what Oracle thrives at. And then I throw another one on him, and I don't think he takes a lick of actual damage. I mean, maybe he would have if we'd not gone into the phase. But yeah, if somebody's got that and they get hit with it, just get that shield on them. Even if it's after they get hit, the dot afterwards is still gonna, that shield's still gonna work on them. All right, so here, this fight used to always kind of throw me off. What I'm doing here is seeing who's getting mega zap, trying to take care of them. There's a couple times that I almost get hit, and then I eventually do get hit by somebody else's, but right now we got 3 people with it, so I'm just kind of flash healing and rotating through. I bubble one and then I go back to just flash healing the other 2 people. Come in here. Closer you are to the magnet, the more damage you get, the more damage is done to you. So always run into melee range. I drop barrier because I can't really stop and heal too much. So barrier just makes it so that I don't really need to heal too much in that scenario. Again, bubble on myself. I know it's coming. I throw a pain sup on him. The monk gets hit where he shouldn't have gotten hit. So now we have 4 people with it. We have lust, so I still don't send clairvoyance because I know that I can just, my lust is going to make it so I can penance people up pretty quickly, and I have my bubble back quickly, so I don't really pop clairvoyance yet. I think at one point I sent clairvoyance just to send it because I don't really want to hold it. I get that bubble on him last second. He does get cooked by it, and then again we got people getting, no, we got to burn him out. People avoided the way that they should. Yeah, I sent clairvoyance there because now we had some damage, and I just start ripping shields on people. Come back up here. You don't need to worry about that, them moving if magnet's coming out, because they won't move. They'll just go to the magnet. So while we're here, I'm just hitting penances over and over again. I think I have, let me see. Yeah, so I got an instant radiance. I hit that radiance because I have that premonition going. It just tops everybody up nice and easily, and we're safe. See, now typically I think if you get this, you shouldn't move. This guy starts moving, I try to avoid it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how that actually hit me. So right here, I don't move. You see everybody scatter. That's, I think, ideally what you should do. And then here, yeah, there's nothing coming at me right now. And I get blasted by it. So I don't really know how I died there. But luckily, again, he's at like 5% health. So they have 3 battle reses, but nobody's up 2 battle res. So it's kind of a do or die situation. I'm pretty sure they got it. The druid, I'm surprised the shaman didn't heal himself. I actually start pointing at the pot in my head. Yeah, I'm going pot, 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 even though he doesn't really need to right now. And I think that's why he never healed. There's no damage coming out, but I would have gotten nervous as a DPS and would have just potted anyways. They're not expensive. And he goes down, and there we go. So we had 5 deaths. It wasn't a perfect run, but you got to see some secret tech with the defenders and carrying the shields over. You got to see what not to do when you're trying to dominate mine back. I probably should have just pain supped and just kept running and just taken the beating from him, and it would have been perfectly fine. But because I stopped to try to dominate mine, I ended up dying. So that's a mistake that watching back, I learned from. Okay, take the melee hits with the pain sup rather than the fire beam. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you liked the video, comment below, and I'll keep doing some more of these. And yeah, till next time, guys. Appreciate everybody watching.